Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, I wanted to do a quick update on the ongoing Russia-Ukrainian war. I had received some comments in the comment section about the Kharkov offensive that was taking place by the Ukrainian military, and there was some questions why I wasn't covering that and didn't talk about that earlier. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick video about that and talk and discuss about this Ukrainian operation that's taking place near Kharkov. So we'll zoom into Kharkov, however you wish to pronounce it, and it's not really in the area near Kharkov. It's to the southeast, and I'm not even going to try and butcher the name of this town, but this is the general vicinity of where the Ukrainian counteroffensive is taking place, indicated by the blue lines. And if we zoom in here, this town is Balakliys'ka. I believe the correct pronunciation of it kind of escapes me, but I'm sure someone will definitely make that correction. But you can see here the town. It's a fairly sizable town. Not like some of the smaller towns in the Kherson area where we have seen ongoing fighting. This is a legitimate town with a kind of a downtown apartment block area and surrounding smaller suburbs. But you can see here the Ukrainians moved in, cut the main road that is kind of like in the north and east of the town, and the only way out right now for what allegedly is a Russian National Guard unit, more like it's not the internal troops, so to speak, but more like a federal SWAT type units that were deployed in this town. It's the SOBR, and that unit is apparently trapped in the town as we speak. And as you can see here, clearly very difficult to get out. If the roadway to the north and northeast is severed, the only really way out is crossing these rivers, and there's no roadways in this area except forests and what have you to the kind of the southeast of the town. And that is the area in question about this ongoing offensive. So you can see they pushed up to the northeast, severed the main road here, and then obviously near the town itself where they have cut off the ability for the Russians, at least currently, to supply those forces. But look, this is a pretty tenuous situation, and the Russians could counterattack and push the Ukrainians back out, and ultimately get those federal police forces out of that town, and that's allegedly what's trapped in that town as we speak. But that's pretty much it in terms of kind of what we're seeing in terms of the continued fighting in this Kharkov offensive. I mean, when you say that, or Kharkiv offensive, you think this area where the main crux of the fighting has been to the north and northeast of Kharkov, but this is more southeast of Kharkov in question in terms of what is currently happening. And I would imagine, much like we have seen other operations where the Russians were allegedly surrounded, say for instance down here in Kherson. Now they ended up losing this town. The Ukrainians occupied the town and currently occupy the town, but there was no mass surrender of 3 battalion Russian tactical groups. They withdrew, and the Ukrainians moved in. Now, will the Russians push back and retake this town at some point? Difficult to say. But again, initially we were talking about the possible surrender of 3 Russian battalion tactical groups. But right now, the unit that is surrounded per se in this town is not even a Russian ground forces unit. Again, it's a federal police unit assigned to the Russian National Guard, and these are actually pretty elite troops that are hunkered down in this town. And if the Ukrainians do try to move in for some street fighting against these guys, it's gonna be a long day, and because those guys know what they're doing in terms of that federal police unit that's based in that town. So we'll see what happens, and I would anticipate if the Ukrainians try to move in, again, you're going to see some pretty vicious street-to-street fighting. And then obviously, I would assume the Russians are just not going to allow that unit to be destroyed in zone, and are probably going to push back and try to open that route in where they can relieve that force. But we'll see what happens. And again, obviously, we'll report on what we're hearing. So again, thanks for joining us this evening, and have a good day.